And sadly, sometimes the first 10 seconds of my videos gets cut off by the YouTube algorithm. Still don't know why that is. Maybe it is because of the latest and greatest policies, but I've been noticing this for a while, and I don't think anybody noticed until recently. I noticed a couple of other YouTubers have noticed the same issues, and they say that it is potentially because YouTube has been changing out some of the new rules. They've changed the game again. One of the biggest issues that I always talk about in the YouTube thing is that, especially us veterans who have been on the YouTube and social media for forever, definitely at this point more than 16 years, what we've discovered is that just when you're about to figure out how the algorithms all work and how to start making some real money, they tend to just change the game on you. They change all the systems and stuff, and now all of a sudden you're demonetized. That has not been the case for me in particular, because I've always been demonetized and I've always not really been liked by any of the algorithms. But for some of the other people, they're starting to feel the pain. So, hey, you guys are seeing what I've been talking about for 16 years and plus, and now you guys are feeling the pain, which I don't like. I wish nobody would have to go through this, but now you're seeing it. I've been talking about this thing for 16 years, and now people are seeing it. Anyway, before we start the video, as I always like to do, I like to go through those first 10 seconds of death, and then I can start talking about stuff. So we're going to give a big thank you again, once again, for Spectrum for sending us a brand new battery, and obviously Horizon Hobby, which has been awesome, letting us use the Real Flight Evolution to run all of our simulations these mornings. And I'm going to say squirrel, because I always get mixed up and I do stuff. So that is why squirrel is here, but also because, as you guys know, there is a cool place in Los Angeles where you can have some of the most amazing, in my opinion, the best pancakes, vegan pancakes that you can eat. But again, I'm always of unpopular opinion. Here we go. Go nuts, be ballsy. And why I say that is because I did something that was a little bit nuts, a little bit ballsy. And in turn, I got rewarded. Again, I can't recommend you guys do this kind of crazy stuff. But in my case, it happened to work out and it was good. And with that, I'm going to start talking about Spectrum and Spectrum batteries. Again, you guys watch the show, you guys watch my live streams, you know how much I love Spectrum controllers like this one right here. Again, I come from old school, so I like a nice big controller. I do also like the more gamepad looking controllers too. I'm also a big fan of those because I started off my adventures in RC both with remote control cars, and then later on, of course, they had video games and stuff like that. So then I got into gaming. So my all-time favorite remote control is always going to be the PlayStation controller, although I do like the Nintendo one too. But the Nintendo one is not something that you're going to be using for flying things. So when it comes to flying, this is what I like, as well as you guys have seen my Radio Master Zorro and Jumper Lights and DJI, blah, blah, blah. You've seen all those things. So I like a combination of both. Anyway, what was the go nuts, be ballsy thing that I did? Well, if you guys have followed the channel long enough, you guys know that I bought the one, the only, the amazing Aero Scout, not the Mini, which I'm still not a big fan of because it has a horrible remote control for that. Or what do they call it? RC, whatever they call it. Some people call it remote control, some people call it RC, so whatever. Anyway, on the Aero Scout Mini, it comes with a very cheap, not so good one. But here, what happened was I got a faulty battery for the Aero Scout. And I tested it in any possible way that I could, and I thought it was completely dead. Although, as you can see here, it is not puffy. And of course, neither is the brand new one. You see, it still has the sticker on here. This is a brand new one that came in with this. And again, always have to say a big thank you to Horizon Hobby and Spectrum, especially on eBay, which is where I bought mine. You can buy it off their website. I also have registered to both Spectrum and Horizon Hobby because I wanted to get the swag. And as I said before, it takes them, they say, from 6 to 8 weeks for the swag to arrive. The free, cool brand swag, apparently, that stuff there is supposed to arrive within or around 8 to 6 weeks. So I'm not sure if we're there yet or not, but we gotta hope. We gotta hope. Anyway, so my point was that I had a battery that I was 100% sure that was broken. I even spoke to the customer service representatives, and they also agreed that it was broken. So they were kind enough to send me a brand new one, right? You guys saw the email that I think I also made a video with the email and stuff like that, where I was responding to that. So all smooth. And again, as I always said, even when I bought the previous stuff, which was the Aero Scout Mini, I always noticed that they have an amazing customer service. Doesn't mean you get to solve the problems that you have. For instance, if you lose your plane, they're not going to send you a brand new plane that is sort of your fault. You know, you lost the plane. But if something breaks on the plane, most of the time, they're able to send you replacement parts for your models, which is one of the greatest things about dealing with American companies. But a lot of other companies are following suit. And the ones that don't, then they're the ones that usually go out of business because, you know, if you want to have return customers over and over, you got to have decent customer service, both in chat, both in email, and over the phone. Anyway, that's just the ability to troubleshoot and do stuff with humans is very important, in my opinion, when it comes to business. Again, unpopular opinions, which is why a lot of companies are trying to replace all humans by robotics and algorithms, which is stupid. It's just stupid. It cuts costs, but it's stupid. In the end, you end up losing. So this here is the charger that came with the amazing Aero Scout. And one of the biggest issues with this thing is, one, it takes forever to charge. Two, there's not a whole lot of telemetry. There's not a whole lot of stuff going on apart from flashing lights. There is nothing saying the percentage of battery that's being charged. This thing takes forever to charge a battery. So that problem, with the addition of me putting the old battery and sticking it in here. So they want you to put the balance lead. This little thing here is the balance lead. It's supposed to go in here, like so. And they suggest you put the balance lead in first, and then the big battery connector here, the orange one, goes in there. So over and over and over again, which is why they sent me the new one, is I was trying this on. I tried, this is the cable that they provide you with. This is not something that they provide you with. So I tried different ones of these. I had 3 different ones of these that I tried. I even tried to attach this to a DJI power unit to see if something else might work. I tried changing out this cable. I have different cables for USB-C and USB-C to USB. So I tried all kinds of different tests to see what was going on. And no matter what I did, even if I left the battery attached to the thing for an hour, this stayed white. So it would turn on, the light would turn on, but it would stay white, which means it's not charging. What you want to see if it's charging is a pink blinking light. So that didn't work. So what I did to resurrect the battery, and again, I can't recommend you guys do this, but it is something that you could do as a last resort. Again, make sure you have a parent or somebody very intelligent and capable of putting out a fire with you. What I did was I attached one of the battery leads of the old battery that I thought was dead into this part here, the balance charging bit. So then this one went into one. You have to have 2 wall sockets or 2 plugs in order for this to work. So again, this is the battery. I took the balance lead and stuck it into one charger, this one here. This goes in the wall. You plug this in the wall. Then I took this charger here, and this charger here is for nickel metal hydride batteries. So not LiPo batteries, nickel metal hydride batteries. And I'm going to take one of those batteries out for you guys so you can see the nickel metal hydride batteries, what they're all about. This right here is a nickel metal hydride battery made again by Spectrum, I guess, or anyway, provided to me by Horizon Hobby when I got the ARMA infraction. And it comes with this charger here. Again, not a lot of telemetry on this, but as we know, and this thing has been true for many, many years, nickel metal hydride batteries are easier to run. They keep the charge for longer and stuff like that. It's just a easy breezy piece of technology, unlike lipos. Lipos are the reason a lot of people don't even want to get into the advanced RC hobby. But anyway, what I did was I then attached this other one to the orange plug, like this, like so. So one battery lead, the one for the this on one charger, this battery lead to the other charger, and then I grabbed these two. So both of these get plugged into the wall. So you got to have two plugs in order for this to work. And after I left it on for about maybe 5 minutes, when I unplugged all this stuff, and I unplugged it especially from here, and then I plugged it back into the original charger for the Aero Scout, then it gave me the flashing, blinking pink light again, which means that this battery is not dead. Now, I don't know if it's dead again because yesterday I did a video and I showed you guys this on the video, whether it will work again today here on camera, because unfortunately what I noticed is, and maybe fortunately for safety reasons, these batteries discharge very, very quickly. Number two, as I said before, they charge very, very slowly through this thing. So I don't know if there's still battery left and if these things have discharged so much that nothing will work, but we're going to try them anyway, just to humiliate myself in case they don't. So here we go. We have the car here, the amazing car. We know that it works with this. We got to check that the battery leads are all running correctly and stuff like that. We put the car on top of here. It's a beautiful car. I love this car. We'll check the pins. We'll go down here real quick so you guys can see this a little better. We've got these pins. In order for it to run these batteries here, the pins need to be configured like this. If you want to run the non-LiPo battery, you got to take this out. Take this out and stick it like this. And then you can run the other one. So this is done hopefully to not damage the batteries and the ESC. Anyway, we're going to turn this on real quick. Okay, now you can see it's on because it's red. Awesome. I'll put it over here so hopefully you guys can still see something. I don't know. Maybe nothing. We're going to grab the old battery. Okay, this is the old battery. Remember, the new battery has the film, has the tape on it. We'll just put it in here gently, so we're not going to put it in properly or anything like this. This is the ESC right here. We're going to attach it. This is not recommended, okay? You guys should strap the batteries in. But as you can see here, it seems to have got some kind of lock there. I'm going to hold the car so that it does not flip. Here is the remote. Here's the trigger. Okay, this was the old battery that was dead and resurrected using that system. So that's all that I wanted to show you guys right there. You can turn this off, unplug it, and now take the new battery. I don't know if that one's completely discharged either, but we'll see. Hopefully it won't make me look like a fool on camera, but you know, these are demonstrations, so if anybody's taught in a real classroom with real students, you know that this happens all the time. Where you just want to do a demonstration, maybe you've been practicing for weeks to get this presentation done, and then things don't work. In this case, it seems like it's going to work. So here we go. Battery installed, trigger, everything. Okay, this is the new battery. Again, you notice a lot of power with this is going through the system. We're going to unplug that, and now I'm going to attach the original, the one and only nickel metal hydride. But before we run it, what do? Boys and girls and amazing people out there of all ages and sizes. We got to unplug this and stick it in the other one. I don't know if that would damage this battery or the ESC if you don't, but the other way around probably would because of the power that's in here. These tend to have more I think, hours of runtime as well as more power in general. And that is where the things go wrong with the ESC if you have that done incorrectly. But anyway, I'm hoping that I've done this correctly. So bam, it turns on again. And this is with nickel metal hydride. There is definitely less power based on the noise that you hear in the sound. So just take that under control and under warning. And there we have it, guys. There we have it, guys. That is most of what I wanted to say here about this. And again, I want to thank Spectrum for being amazing and sending me a replacement battery. And through the grace of God, it doesn't have to be the Christian God. It could be any God. It can be energy, whatever. Through the grace of that, we now have 2 working batteries. So again, as always, I'm not crapping, as people will say, you know, like he's totally crapping on Spectrum batteries and all that stuff, and he's a hater and blah blah blah. No, I'm not. I try my best. I'm stoic. I persevere and stuff. I could have given up and thrown these things in the trash or the landfill, but I didn't. So here I have persevered. And it looks like that we've now got 2 working batteries, which is awesome. And again, that's why I want to thank Spectrum for sending these to me and stuff and all that good stuff. Having said all that, what I want to say is also one more thing, which is I feel like, in a way, when Spectrum and Horizon Hobby and stuff like that are doing and making these batteries the way that they are making these batteries, I feel like they're actually hurting themselves. They're hurting themselves as a company. Why? Because you're putting so much stress and you're giving people so much ability to go and knock down your performance and ability to do well as a company. You know, like you're going to build a whole lot of haters. You're going to build a whole lot of haters. Not me. I'm not a hater. I will use these batteries now that I've figured out how to use them and keep them alive and all that stuff. I will go ahead and use these because I don't like to waste anything. But you are just not helping a lot of people get into the hobby by saying that these are smart batteries and they have no telemetry. They've got no push button, no LEDs, nothing. So when you compare like one of these batteries to something like, let's say, a DJI FPV drone battery. Okay, look at this battery over here. This is really a smart battery. If you press the button, it'll tell you how much battery is on there. That to me is a smart battery. Okay, I had the same issue back in the days when people had the very first smartphones came out, and I was like, really, is that really a smartphone, or you're just labeling it smart on the label, but really there's nothing really smart about it. So in this case, it's not true because there is a lot of technology that is going here. The auto discharge and a bunch of other things goes on in these batteries. So they are smart in a way. But from my perspective, especially this is now, we're now in 2023. So for it to be a smart battery in 2023, I would expect it to be more like a DJI thing. And also it's nice to have like chargers. Okay, this is a charger. When compared a charger like a DJI charger to something like this, it's nice to know that when you stick it in here on one of these batteries, or even if you put all of them in there, if you press this button, it'll tell you how much battery is in there. Again, it's not super advanced. It doesn't have a perfect percentage or anything, but you get some kind of telemetry in there. You know, you get some kind of telemetry in there telling you what's going on. With something like this, you just get a flashing light. Doesn't give you a whole lot of anything. And I think that there is technology capable of fitting in here. It may be a little bit more expensive, but it's worth it if you're going to have less haters and if you're going to spend less money. Because again, when you keep sending people new batteries, right? Now I have 2 of these batteries. I've got this one and the other one. Okay, I'm happy as a customer because now I have 2 batteries that are working because I've figured out how to bring one back to life. But the company is losing money here, as well as the company the harassment on the customer service, who, maybe some people are not as nice as me, who will just talk to people, will swear at these people and say, you gave me a crappy whatever battery, and I spent a lot of money and blah blah blah, and so you could make the life of the customer service people better, as well as your own. There's redundancy that goes with this, because you have to ship it out, so there's costs with this and that. So Spectrum could be making a lot more money in the end by adding something like a checker already in here, like a battery checker, installing a battery checker in these batteries. It wouldn't cost you much more, because if you go check out the RC Sailors, they say that a battery checker these days is something like a couple of dollars, dollars off of Amazon or whatever. So just install one of these battery checkers in these batteries, and I guarantee more and more people will buy these batteries. They'll spend the extra money because they know that. I mean, people already buy the DJI batteries all the time, and they're very expensive, and they just swear by them and stuff because they have the extra telemetry. And in 2023, I think we should consider that possibility. Anyway, those are just my thoughts. It's probably really difficult to do. It's probably something the company won't do, but those are my thoughts. This is in 2023. This is what I call a smart battery, not this. But anyway, those are my very unpopular thoughts. A lot of people are going to call me a hater, on which they have always done. I've been used to it. So nothing new there. But anyway, if you guys want that is a solution, a potential solution, against, do it at your own risk. I can't recommend you do it, but it saved me. I now have 2 batteries, which I thought I'd only have 1, and that is a cool thing. Again, showing you this amazing car, this from Horizon Hobby. This is now my absolute favorite RC car, and I can't wait to figure out how to get some drift tires for this thing, to take it out, to rip it. Rip it around. It's gonna be really fun. It's extra cool because it's got a Captain Drone sticker on the top, of course. But anyway, now we get to run it, and this is where I'm excited, guys, and this is where I'm not a hater, is now I get to run it with these, and these things are awesome because they provide so much power and stuff. So you get extra performance or whatever, extra power out of this. So maybe we can skid even more. Again, I really need to get myself some nice drift tires, because drift tires, being plastics, will survive longer, last longer than rubber tires. And considering a pair of these bad boys is like $49 to replace the tires on this thing. So overall, you're talking about in the hundreds of dollars to get 4 tires for a rig like this. Yeah, so I'm hoping I can get something like that. But anyway, that was it. That was not really a rant. It was more like, can we make something work even better than it is? And I'm always about saving time, solving problems, and making the work of customer service people better, as well as improving the overall appearance or image of a company, because if you do things right, people will love the company more. And when I talk to other YouTubers and other people on social media, they don't say a lot of good things about these smart packs. They say good things about the nickel metal hydride ones, but they don't say a lot of good things about these ones, compared to a lot of other things like tattoo batteries, Venom fly batteries, and a bunch of other things. So I've spoken to a lot of people on the web, and all the lovers are not going to go and talk to Spectrum because they're worried about getting demonetized or whatever, or not getting all the new cool stuff being sent to them. But I'm gonna give it to you real. I'm gonna give it to you the way that I believe, and a lot of people don't do that, but I'm willing to take one for the team, because when you're already demonetized and your channel is dead, has been for 16 years, it doesn't really matter what you say. Although I'm hoping that it will strike a nerve with the right people, and things might eventually be resolved. And again, as I said before, I like Horizon Hobby and I like Spectrum and all that stuff because they do listen. They do listen. Back in the day, I used to make the joke that Arma didn't have any cars for the sort of the low budget people because every Arma would cost you an Arma and a Lega. But I can't say that anymore because now they have the Granite Voltage. They now have this Arma that I'm just show you guys on camera, and so and many more and many more. So they do have lower. Finally have lower trims for that kind of stuff. So as I said before, Spectrum and Horizon Hobby do listen. So maybe they'll listen to this too, and people in the future will have an even better experience with all these cool things. Again, can't say enough cool things about the simulator. If you guys don't have yourself the Horizon Hobby simulator, like what I'm going to be flying right now, you definitely should take a look at it and get one because it is the easiest way. And I have been looking for many, many years to find an easy way to run simulators on the computer. And this here, especially if you buy it together with this remote, is super plug and play and easy to go. So anyway, those are my thoughts on that. And now let's fly some stuff for you guys real quick. I possibly might be able to do one more live stream later on. Again, I wanted to do that yesterday. We did not have a chance to do it. So many things have been just popping up out of nowhere. And so a lot of things disappear and things get in the way of me doing the things that I said that I'm going to do. But I usually try my best to come back and do them later on. So that is one thing that I'm going to plan to do and will do. Oh, this is cool. Actually, you could try and see if you have the skills for thrills and see if you can land on top of the car here. I can't recommend you do it, but you know, this is all a foamy. This is a foamy, so theoretically it should not damage. Whoa, I'm way off. I thought I was there already, but I was way off again. Usually when I did this in other simulations when I was trying to get the trash can, and I was way off there too. Come back to me a little bit. Let's see if we can land on the thing. The perspective is kind of hard to see here. I think I should be just on it. No, still behind the vehicle. Come on, back to me a little bit more. Are we on it now? Yes, awesome. So you can land on this Jeep truck car thing. It is very cool. It is very cool looking. And that's nice that they do have that. So it makes you feel like it is more realistic and stuff. Again, this is the only RC plane VTOL thing that I can fly better in real life than I can on the simulator. I guess I've gotten a little bit better than before. Maybe there was another one that was even worse, that I could fly even worse. Not that it was worse, that I could fly worse. Oh, okay, I smashed into things, and I think that's one of the biggest issues with this particular product is no prop guards at all. And what that usually entails is if you're flying like this, they usually don't break, but still, if you hit some object right in front of on the front of the vehicle, then it could still break. Also could be potentially very, very dangerous. It can cut you. Let me see. There we go, like right there. Let's see, can we zoom? No, we can't zoom in. This is a rotate button. It's not a zoom button. Anyway, if it had proper prop guards in the front, then it wouldn't be as dangerous. Now, if we want to change it from stability mode to plane mode, there is a thing that takes it and turns it into a plane. And now it is doing, okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, whoa. Put it back into stability. Bring it back to us here. Again, if you are going to do this in real life, if you have one of these, it does not have return to home. It does not have GPS or any of that cool stuff. Whoa. So make sure, destroyed it. I went into weird modes of death. So on these planes and these vehicles and helicopters and stuff, they have different switches. In this particular one, this is the switch that you use to change from, you can see it there on the screen on the bottom, right there where I'm pointing at right now with my index. Zoom out just a teensy bit so you can see the bottom of the screen there. And gimbal it down just a little, whoa, too much there. So if you look down here, over here, oh, and by the way, this is the fun thing. This is the fun thing. My Opera thing that I deleted earlier and then installed it again is not working again. So for some reason, there is some, I don't know if it's a virus or it's somebody put some weird thing on my computer, which is very easy to do because I'm not running any of the cool stuff like Norton, AV, what is it? Avast AVG. What is it? Norton. What was the other one? Norton is the worst. I absolutely hated it. The other one that I liked was it Symantec? No, was it Symantec? I don't know. Anyway, there was another one that was good. Eli, the computer guy, talked about all these cool things. It was a third option, which was good. Oh, McAfee, and I think McAfee, the guy who invented it, is also has met his demise as of late. He got into trouble. He ended up in jail, and then eventually he met his demise. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. Maybe it's a rumor. Who knows? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I was talking about this. So this is the button here. Not the button, but the switch. The switch right here. You can see it here and there. When I change stuff here, you'll notice it goes from stability mode to multi-rotor, and then I guess that's it. Stability and multi-rotor. Okay, stability, multi-rotor. Any other things? There's also another switch. This bottom switch is for transition. I don't know if that matters or not. I usually leave it down. It goes from multi-rotor, stability, multi-rotor, or transition. Anyway, I usually don't touch the bottom one. I'm only touching the one that I talked about before. So from stability, this is stability, into multi-rotor, and it goes, what the heck? Yeah, it goes forward in a funkily way. It allows you to do 3D things, which I don't know how to do. Anyway, this is a cool 3D plane, and I'm trying all the other buttons just to see if there's something else that does something else. What is the name of the thing? It is the Mini Convergence VTOL, and again, the one that I have, maybe it's slightly different because it was JJRC. I also have another one which I think was WL Toys. I don't know. Either of them, both of them were great, like very, very stable in the air. So I don't know. They have, oh, this was the Convergence Advanced. Let's see if the Convergence Simple is any easier to fly. So let's try that. And let's see if the controls are any different. Oh, this, whoa. Okay. All right, so if this one's different. Okay, so you can just lift it up like that, or if you just flick the switch into transition, wait, no. Oh, it goes into airplane mode. Okay, on the top it's airplane mode. So this one has more changes. So it'll do, I'll watch this if you have this little, it's not the bottom one, it's this one here. So using this one has 3 different thingies. It's got one switch that goes to transition. From multi-rotor, it'll go to transition. And then on the top, it'll go straight to airplane mode. So again, don't do this on the ground because you will damage the front 2 motors is the ones that you will tend to destroy. So it's going into a transition, and there we go. It is now in airplane mode. What did I do? Why did I just fall out of the sky? Okay, I destroyed the blades, which is why. Okay, I'm going up. Switch it to transition. In transition mode, it is just, I've lost control. It's not going left or right. This is really weird. This is really weird. So I am now in stability mode. Stability mode allows me to go up. I can bank, and I can turn with a left stick. No problem. So that is great. Now I transition into airplane mode. Should be going forward, but now I'm not able to turn anymore. And it is very weird. Okay, so anyway, I don't like it. As I said before, this is the one that I'm not able to fly very well in the simulator, but very well, or at least better, in real life. So just letting you guys know what I know. And again, I'm not really a fan of these ones, but I can fly them, so I'm going to fly them. The reason why I don't buy them in real life, but I like to fly them. I like to fly. You got to hit reset here in order for them to fling them. I like to fly them on the simulator. I just don't like to fly them in real life because I don't. I like to do takeoffs and landings from a like tarmac or from a runway of any kind. I really enjoy the whole feeling of taking off from a runway and then trying to land on a runway. I'm not good at it, but it's something that I like. So I would have no reason to buy one of these. And again, this is me. You might love to do that. So don't let me influence you. That's the whole point, right? This is not a channel. I'm not an influencer. I will just show you my progress on the things that I'm working on this channel. I will show you the things that I like to do, that I like to fly, and so on and so forth. So I'm not here to influence anybody. I'm just taking you along on a ride, on a journey. Then you can do whatever you want with your life and so on and so forth. So if you find this to be fun, just join in. Hopefully you may learn something, or you may find something to be fun or useful. And if not, then, there's like a gazillion other channels you could take a look at. Or you could do what a lot of people like to do, which in the modern world is a thing. You could hate binge my stuff. It's fine. You could leave and drop comments of whatever you like on the bottom. Again, like, every interaction is a useful interaction according to YouTube and a bunch of stuff. So that is the way that the game has been played since the beginning of time on these platforms. So unless they change it again, because they do keep changing the things. So maybe they will change that in future. But for the current time, right now, as of right now, every interaction that happens on a YouTube channel is still a valuable interaction based on the algorithm system. So, and I'm so glad that they removed the dislike. I'm so glad that they did that, because other platforms were smart enough to do that. And we all benefit from there not being a dislike thing. Just drop a comment, explain in proper words why you don't like something. Constructive criticism is a great thing. When I used to teach, that was all I did, constructive criticism. You try to help kids solve problems, and you provide them with constructive criticism. You don't belittle them, you don't bully them, you don't make them feel stupid. What you do is, especially with the ones that are shy and that are struggling the most, you got to help them out. You got to help them out and give them support, which is constructive criticism, even if they don't like to hear the constructive criticism, because some people's feelings are very, very easily hurt and stuff, but you got to give it to them in order for them to improve. If you always say everything is fantastic, then they don't improve. They plateau very, very early on, and then they also lose interest in going on, because if everything is perfect all the time, right? Anyway, wow. Again, as I said before, it's not that I don't like these planes. I enjoy flying these planes as much as anybody else, but I'm not going to buy one because I really love the whole feeling of taking off and landing, just like you would, like in those jets. That's why I've been trying so hard to improve my skills so that I could fly jets and stuff, because a lot of the trainers are amazing, and they're trainers though. They're trainers though, so they don't give you the Maverick or the, Top Gun kind of feel. And I like that. I like that. There we go. This is one of the cool things about this is, as you can see here, I'm on very, very low throttle. Very little power is required in order to fly this low and slow to the ground. A little bit more power to make sure I don't hit that truck. There's a potty station. Oh gosh, I was about to say, look, there's a cool potty station over there. One of those potty stations that you would have if you're working in construction and stuff. You have those potty stations over there. Sometimes you'll have one of those if you just moved into your new house or whatever, and you don't have a workable bathroom. You might need one of those on the exterior of your house. Excuse me. All right, let's fly some more of these cool planes. I'd love to fly this one. Looks so cool. I didn't fly this one yesterday. It is the E-Flight P51D Mustang 1.5. Is that millimeters or meters? I don't know. But we'll just fly it. If you know, put it in the comments. Oh gosh, oh golly. Anyway, we're now flying this awesome thing in safe. And here it comes, right back at me, no problem. 0 throttle. Oh, that was a bounce and land. That was a bounce and land off grass. Let's go back and do that again. And this time, let's see if we can land it properly, not like, oh, we've gone over the limits there. Let's come back. Let's try that again here. I wanted to have enough space to do, whoa, too early. On some of these planes, it's better to have a little bit more throttle as you come down. Some other planes, you can just be really relaxed, take it easy, and they will have, even with 0 throttle, but this one requires just a touch of throttle in order to get that landing and not have that plane bounce. Again, not saying that was a great landing. Let's kick it out of safe and see. What's the roll rate? The roll rate on this is very nice. It's very nice and controlled. I like this. So let's see if I can come back to myself one more time. This time we're going to try to land on this bit of the runway over here. So let's turn gently, gently. Oh, I lost control of the direction that I was going in. Let's try that again. Don't give up. Okay, we're playing pool again. We're playing pool or chess. I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out here, just past this bit. I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to try not to crash there. And gently, with 0 throttle and stuff, try to approach a somewhat landing, and I overshot by a mile. So let's try that again. This time we'll go left. And left is the same as right for me. So long as I am aligned to the runway. And that was a bounce and go. Nothing at all. Let's try that again. Let's come back to me over here. Oh, whoa, wrong way. Destroy the plane. Let's try to do one coming from the right here. All right, we're coming from the right. We're turning, lift that nose, destroy the other plane. I'm not doing so well, am I? Let's try that again. Okay, let's be all relaxed. Let's turn just enough, lift that nose. Coming to me. Okay, 0 throttle, just a touch of throttle. Aim and bounce and land. Bounce and land. Not very good. Let's try that again. Let's go up a little bit more and turn. Lift that nose. Relax. Up. Okay, 0 throttle to come down, gentle. Then we will apply a teensy bit of throttle, and that was not really on the runway, but it was okay. I will take that. I will take that landing. It was not beautiful, but the plane was not destroyed in the flying. No planes were harmed in the making of that video. So what were we find? We would find the E-Flight P-51D Mustang. Awesome. Going down to the Trojan, we flew this yesterday. Love this plane. Continue on down. I think this was the plane that I like, but it's got a really slow roll rate for me. This is a better one. And then we went all the way to the yellow one, which is awesome too. Oh, look this. This one is, I think, the E-Flight Turbo Timber Evolution. That's not the one. I just saw a really cool video of, I think it was just today. I don't know if it was a new plane or an older plane, but they flew the Beaver. I don't know if this is even here on here. The Beaver. I think it might have been the E-Flight or the. Let's see if you see it. If there's one that says Beaver on it. No, I don't see it. These are all a bunch of cool Haboos, and maybe there is one that says Beaver on it. Eventually we'll get it. Anyway, Brian Phillips RC just flew the Beaver, and it was pretty fantastic. He did a great job, as he always does. And let's get on here. Let's see. What can we do? I'll go check the. I haven't seen anything from the RC Sailors, so maybe the YouTube algorithm has unsubscribed me from the RC Sailors again. It wouldn't be the first time, wouldn't be last time. It did it. There's this guy, I think this YouTuber called My Falconry, and I was watching some of his really cool videos. I think he trains falcons or whatever. Really cool. So he had this falcon on his videos and stuff. So I'm subscribed to that. I like that channel. But in one day, I got unsubscribed from the channel twice. Again, I didn't go and press the button. The YouTube algorithm loves to trigger me. It's done this in the past with Eddie Nunes. It's done this with Divina A. It's done this with the RC Sailors. It did it. The last straw was when he did it with Lamar Wilson. That's where I made a whole video on that. I was really ticked off. But anyway, a lot of the really cool the YouTubers that I follow, and even the smaller channels, it's done it with me with the small channels. Damari Dendi. I got unsubscribed from his channel a couple of times for no apparent reason. But anyway, the YouTube algorithm hates my guts, as I said, and it's not made up. More and more people who watch the channel are finally realizing that this kind of stuff that I say is not just some made up stuff. They are realizing and they're seeing it firsthand because more people are starting to realize about this stuff and complaining about it. And then when enough people complain about it, then it becomes the truth, right? Because they notice that it's actually happening. 16 years ago, when I started complaining about stuff like this happening to me, whatever, that, oh, you're a crazy son of a gun. You're so stupid and crazy. But finally, it took 16 years. But now people are starting to realize a lot of the things that I've been saying for that long and calling me crazy, which is, I was just maybe a little bit too early for the times. Anyway, so then when as said before, I made an article on I wrote an article on examiner.com that doesn't exist anymore about technology and how I thought that some of the earliest smartphones were not really smart. In fact, I felt like it was just on the label. They couldn't do anything that was really smart. And so then I made a whole list of things that I thought that smartphones, because they're smart, should be able to do. And lo and behold, 16 years later, a whole bunch of the things that I said should be in smartphones are now available in smartphones today. Anyway, you'll never be able to know or find the evidence of this because examiner.com no longer exists. So my article has now disappeared, obviously. It has now disappeared and may never come back ever. So yeah, anyway, if you know what the Akashic, records are and you are able to visit those, then you will be able to find out the evidence on that. But what is that? That may be like 100 people in the whole world or so. Maybe a couple thousand, maybe not just 100 who know how to do that. Anyway. Shabam, la-bam, 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 la-boom. Coming back to me. It's really fun playing. I think there's a chance that this plane appears on the RC Sailors, on the Brian Phillips RC. And one of the cool things about when you watch me do the ridiculous things that I do on here is you can also like, oh, that plane looks cool. He's been flying this plane and it looks really cool. Maybe I want to buy it. You can go back to the part where I talked about what it was. Like this one, for instance, is an E-Flight V2 or V1200 12, oh, whatever that is, and it's a 6S version. What you can do is you can go onto the YouTube and you can type in, I don't know, someone like the RC Sailors or Brian Phillips RC or Captain Drone. You probably is going to see more of these fixed wing and all that stuff on the RC Sailors and Brian Phillips RC. But there are a lot of other, like Flying Ryan. As I said before, there's a bunch of others. The Two Brothers Radio Control, right? Two Brothers Radio Control, or the Petronich Brothers. So a lot of these cool channels. The RC Geek maybe might have it too. Quadcopter 101 and a whole bunch of other ones too. Essential RC. What's the other one that I always forget to mention? That's Andy RC. Andy RC somewhere in there. Anyway, there's a bunch of those things that you can go and you can type the name of the plane and then the name of the YouTube channel, and you can find out what they have said about these things. And again, sometimes you will find that one channel will have conflicting ideas compared to the other one, but that's healthy. That's healthy because then you learn more about possible issues with this and that and things that you might still buy the plane because you're like, okay, well, now I know more about it. So if this or that happens while I'm trying to fly it, this is a problem that somebody has already reported. So I can put that into consideration when I fly. Again, as I said before, constructive criticism, so long as YouTubers aren't going out and going, okay, well, this plane is a big pile of donkey poops and just don't buy it. And then they don't give you any reason why they're saying that, then that's bad, right? But if they are saying, well, this is what I experienced and blah, 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 and this is what's going on, then that makes it good, in my opinion. Again, always a very unpopular opinion, but that is my opinion. You can take it or leave it. You could put it in a blender if you like. It's my opinion. Anyway, let's try to see if we can get out of safe and come back to myself and put it back in safe because I don't know where it's going. I lost control. That's one of the cool things about Spectrum and having those smart receivers and stuff. You stick it into safe and you may be plummeting to your death so long as you're not too close to the ground. And then it'll do stuff for you, such as what I was too close to the ground. See, that was my bad. That was not the plane's bad. Oh, and I also did not click the right thing to go into safe. So that was pilot error 100%. So let's try that again. It's another one of those really cool birds. Again, this is a little bit more advanced. So if you are not more experienced, you probably will crash this if you try to do 3D and stuff with it. full throttle, and we can climb out of that and come back down. We're going to put it in safe this time so that if I do something stupid like before and not know where it's going, it will at least level the plane. And at least up will be up and down will be down. And so we won't get all confused or confuzzled in the controls. There we go. It's coming back to the runway, 0 throttle, relax, and no, I'm going to go on the grass, but okay, grass landing is just as good as not grass landing, so long as you can land it without destroying the plane, so I'll take that. That's not what I wanted to do, right? I wanted to go into the whatever was trying to do what we do in pool and tell you that I'm putting the black ball in whatever pocket. Oh, okay. Goodbye. One more flight. Let's go into the Fonz mode. And in Fonz mode, let's see which way we're going. In the Fonz mode, we are going to go turning towards us again, still in Fonz mode. And can we lift out of that now? We are now going straight into death, so we pressed safe, and safe just saved us. Saved us the trouble of going out there and fixing the bird with hot glue or whatever is available to you. We didn't have to do that because we threw it into safe, and Spectrum did all the thing that Spectrum does with their amazing. That's actually a really smart system. The safe is really a smart system. I can't say that the batteries are as cool as their safe autopilot or mostly autopilot system. So huge fan of their safe. Oh, gosh, I must have clicked some buttons so the I accidentally removed the landing gear. I don't know what the heck happened there, but I removed the landing gear. So let's see what happened there. The landing gear is back. No, that doesn't remove the, so what was removing the landing gear? I pressed something and something made the landing gear go away. It's not that. It's not that. What is it? What? You serious now? I've put all the oh, there we go. Okay, so let's put all the switches back. You want to make the landing gear disappear. There's this bottom left switch, and when you switch the doodah, it goes up. The landing gear disappears. So I accidentally slammed that switch, which made the landing gear disappear, and that is what happened right there. The mystery has been solved by Jacques Clouseau. Pink Panther enthusiasts may remember that very, very old cartoon first. It was a cartoon first, and then they made the live action with, oh man, I can't remember the name of the actor, but I love the actor. He reminds me a little bit of one of my teachers, Tom Bertino. Tom Bertino was really funny, just like that guy, and he did really fun stuff back at the Academy of Art University. Anyway, that's not the name of the actor in the movie, but you guys can check that out. You know, you just, hey Siri, what is the name of the actor in the Pink Panther live action movie? And I think there's 2 of them, 1 and 2, and it's really, both of them are equally fun. I don't know how they did it, but they managed to make the second one just as good as the first one, and so there. Doesn't always happen. There's been a lot of people saying that the latest Avatar is just not as cool as the first one when it came out. I haven't seen it, so I don't know if it's true. And so take that with a grain of salt, because you might go over there and watch it and say, what the heck were you talking about? And this is just, and it is 100% hear or say. Hear or say. So let's see if we can do a landing in the one spot that I was not able to do. And if we can do that, that'll be it for today on this. And let's see if there's any time. But if there is some time, I may try to do get in the simulator, because again, as you guys know, today it is so rainy and horrible out there here in Irvine, California, Woodbridge, that I would not really want to fly even something as safe and amazing as the DJI FPV. I don't particularly feel like I personally would go out and fly it. Not saying that other people can't fly it in the weather and stuff, but personally, I don't feel comfortable. So there. Let's reset it so you guys get a nice image of this cool bird. There's a stopwatch that just showed up on top, and I think I did a video where I showed you guys how to get rid of that or just make it pop up. I can't remember. I used the wire. The wire sometimes will make things appear and disappear. It's one of these. It's one of these. Again, one of the annoying things is my picture is supposed to appear on there. I don't know how to fix that, but it does not appear on there. Oh, warning, camera unsupported. Okay, so if you press 8, the button to get rid of the chronometer or the stopwatch, if you will, is 8 on the keyboard. What we want to keep is the flight modes on the right and this over here so that you guys can see all the cool stuff and how I do it on here. And again, as I always like to say and conclude my videos, thank you very much. I am really not a hater of either of these companies. I like them and I support them strongly. This is why I've been doing this over and over again. With the simulator, I like to do this pretty much every day now. Just get on behind the sticks and fly some fun stuff for you guys. To remind you guys how cool Real Flight Evolution is as a simulator, but also that this is a really good company. And again, as I said before, I can't say enough good things about their customer service representatives and customer service support, especially on the eBay, which is how I contacted them through the eBay system. And it was very, very easy to do and awesome. So when the 6 to 8 weeks time ends, I will let you know whether I received the famous and greatest free cool brand swag and free brand swag based on what you're reading on there. And yeah, so there we have it, guys. With that, I'll keep you posted on all the cool things. I am very glad now. I'm very glad now that we have not one but 2 of these batteries that work. And it was a near miss because one of them, as I said before, I thought for sure was dead and never coming back to life. But, you know, sometimes you get lucky. It's not always bad. It's not always bad. So with that, I'm going to conclude this video, and I will see you all in the next one.